What is up, folks? I'm out here in Vernal, Utah, and Dry Fork Canyon heads up into the Uintas is pretty incredible. Really nice place. It's one of the only places I could get out of the wind. Said there was rain possible within the next 15 minutes, should last potentially an hour. It was like, where the heck am I gonna go park my bike? And then this thing all of a sudden appeared, so sweet. Today I want to talk about, I got a ticket the other day, a speeding ticket. And as a result, I made the decision to finally break down and buy a radar detector. Here in Utah, any speeding tickets that you get that are up to 10 miles an hour over the speed limit, whether it's 1 to 10 miles an hour over, it's $120. And so that combined with a U-turn ticket that I got a year and a half ago, which was $270 in Portland, I've kind of shelled out almost $500 in revenue generation for these municipalities. And so I've been thinking about getting a radar detector for a long time, and finally decided to break down and get one. So after giving it a lot of thought, looking at a lot of the reviews, I think Vortex Radar on YouTube has probably the most comprehensive information. He's been doing it for a long time. He's an administrator on the Radar Tech forums, or whatever it's called, and he's a tremendous resource. So after looking at all the options, I decided to break down and get this bad boy right here. Uniden Detector DFR7, and I gotta tell you, this thing is freaking awesome. Now, I'm not gonna give a breakdown on all of the benefits that this radar detector has, because there are way better YouTube videos out there for that, but maybe in another video I can give some thoughts on how it works. But what's included in the box is a pretty sweet case, nice firm sturdy case. You get your Uniden DFR7 radar detector, and of course your power supply. Now, as of right now, I've got the power supply already wired into the bike. So as of right now, I just have it hooked up to a cigarette lighter pigtail. I've got a two-way. One outlet is down below, and then there's this one. It's just kind of jammed in there for now, but this here is your mute button. It includes a USB charge port, which is kind of convenient, and then I've just got kind of a temporary routing of the RJ11 registered jack 11 wire coming over here to where we're going to mount it. Here it is. It's a front and back radar detector that detects all of the bands in the United States, as well as lasers. And I'm not sure if lasers are a more modern technology that's used, or if those are being phased out. I haven't really researched too much, but you've got all of this is your front side, and then this handy dandy little eye thing right here is what picks up signals from the back, from the rear of the detector. And you got all your menu buttons here, your quick release, and all the readouts right here. Now, as you can see, what I've got here is a GoPro Hero sticky mount on the base of this thing. So what I did was I combined two of the fixed base mounts, and I ran a long screw through it and a open-ended nut, and I'll show you how that gets mounted on the bike. So I racked my brain for a long time on just how I was going to go about mounting this thing, and the first rendition was not that great. But I ran it around for a day and worked with it, and just tested out to see how well the dang radar detector itself would actually work, and it works freaking phenomenally. So I went back to the drawing board on night 2, and I already had this GoPro sticky mount on there, oriented in this 90-degree fashion there, and so I was kind of stuck with that. But this is a curved mount, and it works darn near perfectly with the contour of the base of it, and that was just the fashion in which I had to get the best contact for stickiness. So this final rendition, I took 2 of those, like I said, and I did have to file them down just a little bit for clearance in this area right here, but if you just pop the nut off one side, you can run one of the long screws, one of the long GoPro screws through the other side, and then this screw is just one of the, this nut is just one of the bar clamp mount types of GoPro mounts. So it's pretty awesome. I looked at a lot of different ways to mount radar detectors to your bike, and man, some of them are kind of outrageous, kind of expensive, and just kind of couldn't really get mounted exactly where I wanted it. So where I've got it mounted right now, I think it's pretty dang slick. I situated it so that right now the GoPro logos are on the outside, which is fine by me. The screw is facing forward, and you can quick release this thing, obviously in either of 2 ways. Again, another contour mount, curved mount, that actually sticks pretty damn well to this part of the GS R1200GS Adventure, and so with ease, snap it right into position. Boom, that thing ain't going nowhere. And then, like I said, temporarily, or as of right now, I've just got the power outlet routed through the cowling there. Ooh, thunder and lightning, perfect time to do a outdoor product review, huh? Yeah, this freaking thing is bad, man. It's awesome. But, you know, we'll talk about the functionality of it later. Just talking about how I got it and how I'm got it mounted up for now. So, in dealing with one of these things, it's kind of like no matter where you mount this thing on a motorcycle, it's going to be an eyesore and kind of ugly and kind of unsightly and kind of in the way and a little obnoxious. But where I've got it mounted right now, I am super stoked with it, actually. So there you go. That's as obtrusive as it is right there. And so benefits are that one of the features of it is the altimeter readout, or elevation readout, which is really nice. And so with a quick glance, I can just from right here tell how high I'm going over the mountain passes without having to have another app up or anything else on my phone, which is generally mounted right there. And so another benefit to where it's located is I can just quick and easily, without using my throttle hand, just come down here and mute it, push that button to mute it, or mark things or whatever. In fact, I can probably do it without even having to remove my hands from the hand grip. And so yeah, all things considered, it's really in a pretty decent spot. And also, one of the things to pay attention to is the clearance from your guard. And there's just, if you get it mounted forward far enough, there's just enough clearance right there. I had to situate it just so to make sure that it would clear just fine, but it sure does. And when I get those bark busters on here, it's going to be a different story. So we'll see what that brings. But there you go. Pretty clean routed wiring. Just get this bundled in there. Of course, when you get an alert, you get your red LED going off right here. So it's possible to perhaps wire in an additional LED, or maybe a couple LEDs with a wire coming up here. Maybe get them situated just behind my cell phone mount. That'll be a little brighter. But I don't think that's really going to be necessary, because what I've got coming next is on the audio jack here. I've got a Bluetooth transmitter coming, $25 from Amazon. And that's going to probably get sticky mounted right underneath there. And that Bluetooth transmitter will go right to my Bluetooth headphones. Because certainly one of the biggest problems is at speed, you can barely hear it with the wind noise. It's got a pretty dang loud speaker, but I like to jam the music on the ride, so there's absolutely no way you can hear it at all. So that's how I got it mounted. Looks pretty good. looks a heck of a lot better than how I originally had it mounted right here. It's just totally obnoxious, so it's pretty sweet. It's kind of in a incognito, can't really notice it from looking at it from the side, or probably people coming from this side certainly can't see it at all. Looking head on, you really wouldn't notice it, and then the only people who are going to notice it is maybe somebody coming up on your left side. But all things considered, it's pretty dang slick. So one of the biggest concerns was, how is this going to interfere the turn signal and all the rest of this stuff? But I was pretty dang sure that when you get painted with some radar, there's so much flying at you that it's hitting everything right here. There's no, it's bouncing off of this and that and everything else. I mean, you're just getting nailed with radar beam pulse. So it's going around that no problem whatsoever. And now also another benefit is, I considered mounting it right here facing forward with hoping that it would detect through here. But one of the problems is, you know, picking up a rear facing a radar coming at you from the rear is not going to be that good. But as you can see, coming down the side right here, when your arm is up above, when you are seated and your hand is on top of the handlebar in its normal place, it's got a clear view to the back pickup radar. Now maybe if one's coming from over this way, your body might be blocking it somewhat, along with the rest of your boxes and everything, but overall, I mean, so far, so long as you're a good ways out from the radar is pinging it, it's going to detect it, no problem. It's a 360-degree detection, so it'll detect signals hitting it from all sides, really. And I think it's because of that nice little eye thing up on the front there. But probably as far as what radars you're worried about is how it's still coming up behind you when you're already cruising at a speed that you're maybe unaware that you are going faster than the speed limit. So you know how the speed limits change constantly. You might miss a speed limit sign. You might not intentionally be speeding, but so that's the biggest thing. It's going to alert you when a cop's coming up on you from here. So it's really perfectly situated for that. And so, man, I just couldn't be more stoked with where it's at. And with the ability to just snap it on and snap it off, I mean, you can do that while you're riding. Let's say you're just about to get some rain, because obviously this thing's not waterproof. It's made for indoor, made for inside your car. If you're about to get some rain, it's this quick and easy. Probably even do it one-handed while you're riding. I wouldn't recommend it, but it could be done. And just pop that thing off, slide that thing into your pocket, good to go. Similarly, also, let's say you do get pulled over. While the cop's walking up or getting his stuff together, go ahead and pop that thing off into your pocket. It's a matter of, then you can save yourself the discussion of, hey, what is that thing? Is that your radar detector? I kind of understand that they're not as lenient on giving warnings and stuff if they see that you have a radar detector. So you might want to stick it in your pocket. Also, when you get to the store, or the hotel, or wherever, you can easily pop it in your pocket. People pop it off, stick it in your pocket. So there you have it.